Welcome back to this week's Sister Scoop. We had a lot of news this week coming from all sorts of different areas, but we'll get into probably one that T is most excited about, and that's that Daredevil Born Again. We have some new footage. We've been seeing some new things confirmed for March 2025, not an actual start date just yet, but March. We know that. And they've already confirmed a season 2 for it.
I don't even know where to begin. Okay. So I guess we'll just start with like the most upcoming, which is yes, March 2025. Y'all may or may not know this about me. I'm a March baby, so that might be my birthday gift from Marvel next year, in which case that's perfectly fine. Super excited about that. Also, because it's in a little more than 6 months, hopefully we'll start to get some trailers as that starts to ramp up, especially after we're done with some of the heavy TV shows that come out this fall. We have a nice January to whenever in March break, and I think we're going to get a lot of pre-Daredevil content then. So I think that's going to be super exciting, and I'm pumped for that. The trailer looks amazing. I mean, all the folks that they brought back. John Bernthal's Punisher was insane as per usual. I'm so excited for that. And then to top it all off and know that no matter what, well, barring nothing crazy, we're getting a season 2. I mean, come on. Could that have been a more exciting announcement? I love that they are embracing the character's past and investing in his future. And heck, maybe he'll get to meet Spider-Man again in between those 2 seasons, and we'll get to see those guys hang out. So many opportunities and so many possibilities that this opens up, and I am just on cloud 9 with excitement.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I finally did start watching Daredevil, the original Netflix show. So now that I'm watching it, I'm like even more excited about the news that's coming out from it. I can't wait to see what Marvel does. I think we all were here when we heard them kind of take that switch where they went one direction, didn't love it, and went and kind of fixed it and said, you know what? They all want what the Netflix show gave them. Let's just keep doing it. And so, first off, you can't beat that kind of feedback. If you know it's not working and you change it to what the fans want, of course the fans want more of it. So I'm excited that it already seems to be such a positive thing over at Marvel that they're like, screw it. It hasn't even come out and we're definitely greenlighting this for a second season. We want these characters to return again. And, I'm excited. I'm
Born
very
again
excited.
again.
Yeah, born again and again. And maybe that's season 2. We just keep adding and again to it. But I really do like what I'm seeing so far, so I'm pretty excited for this one. But I'm more excited, I have to say, for the next one, which is that we've gotten a new Agatha trailer. And listen, y'all know this is my most anticipated show of this year, which is weird because I don't think it can beat X-Men 97 at this point. But either way, it was my most anticipated show, and it looks great.
I didn't know what I was expecting from the show, but it wasn't this. But I'm not disappointed by that. I feel like they subverted my expectations and were able to say, you're expecting A. I'm actually going to not just throw B at you, but instead I'm going to throw Z, and then we're going to come out of completely left field. I mean, the fact that the cast came out singing an original song, I was
my
like,
God.
Why is this sending me? Like, it was
and
so
it makes no
good.
sense, but like, sure.
I'm so here for it. Like,
Yeah.
I am invested. I'm really excited. I am looking forward to seeing how it furthers that magic realm that I think since MOM we haven't touched quite as much, other than, Wong's sort of cameos here and there. But I'm excited to get back in there. And even though like they're technically mystic with Doctor Strange, it is a very different type of mystic than his magic, and what they're doing at Kamar-Taj. This is much darker, though they all are, combined by the Darkhold and things like that. This is a much darker version of magic, so I'm excited to see that. I also, did we see Chthon or whatever his name is in that trailer? I think maybe we did. Like,
yeah,
there's just like or Mephisto, maybe, like, we're bringing it back. It's back, baby. 3 years later. Let's go. So, like, there's just so much, and I am just processing in real time. But in the meantime, we are just about a month away, and I am counting down the days.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we already talked about the smart way of putting it right near Halloween and how genius that is on itself. But I think, and listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't remember if this was in the first trailer or if we saw it only in the second or we saw whatever. But I feel like I kind of have a better direction now of what this show is about because the first trailer was so like, what the heck is this? Like, I don't know what I thought
Yeah.
it was about to your earlier point, but now I kind of am just seeing all these horror elements and just all these strange other things versus I feel like seeing the second trailer, I kind of am like, okay, she doesn't have her powers, or like that's what I'm getting from this. They have to walk the witch's road, which is going to probably be the bulk of the story. I'm seeing more that I'm like, okay, I'm getting the gist of this, and then there's horror on top of it. So the initial shock of like what the crap is over, and now it's like, ooh, okay, I'm seeing the story a little bit more. I'm seeing where we're going with this. Obviously, we won't get too into it right now because we have a whole predictions episode we'll do around it. But I am very excited. To your point, we're like roughly a month away from it, which is so exciting. I think it's a double episode premiere, if I'm
It
not
is.
mistaken.
Yes.
Amazing. I love those. So I'm excited. I cannot wait for it. But on top of all this news, there's been a lot of other news coming out D23, and we will do individual videos talking about all of them on our Instagram. But T, get started on some of the things we've been hearing.
Yeah, and I mean, some of this is coming out of D23. Some of it is a little bit of late SDCC leakage that we appreciate all of our friends putting online for those of us who couldn't make it out to San Diego or Anaheim. So y'all are fighting the good fight, and we love you. But it is interesting with SDCC and D23 coming so closely. There's a lot of footage and really interesting stills and things coming out. So we got a first look at the Fantastic Four. My man Pedro coming in as Reed Richards. Oh, yes. Okay. We got a first look at Ironheart, which looks amazing. I don't know what I was expecting with that show, but it was not that. And I am so excited. Also,
and we waited long enough.
Directed by, yeah. And I mean, the fact that Ryan Coogler is attached, like, I will watch anything that man puts out. So all the trust in the world. And I think Riri's going to be amazing. So there's that. Plus, we got a look at my man Harrison Ford as Red Hulk, Han Solo himself as a Hulk. I mean, enough said. Like, I just said the word Han Solo and Hulk in the same sentence and my brain didn't explode. So that is a win in and of itself. And we finally got some footage from Thunderbolts, which is super exciting. That one's going to be a good one. That one is just going to be a good one. It's going to be so good.
Can't lie. I saw the footage today when I was at work. And, well, first off, my AirPods kept disconnecting from my phone. And I was like, oh my God, you need to stop. Because I literally was like going in and out of watching this trailer. So, like, people next to me probably heard parts of this trailer. Whatever. I don't care. But, like, Bucky would come on and be like, there he is. Like, I was like, oh my God. I'm very excited. I feel like they're kind of making Thunderbolts look a little bit like almost buddy cop like, where it's like these misfits just kind of all end up together and now they have to save the world instead of like Avengers that are like, this was intentional.
Can we just talk about Bucky washing the arm in the dishwasher? Because that to me, I mean, just perfection. I was like, of course you did.
It was because he had to get it back from Rocket Raccoon. That's why. But no, I am very excited about Thunderbolts. I think as far as Fantastic Four, I'm unsure how I feel about the still that we've seen. I don't know yet. Like, even, oh my gosh, I don't know his real name. I'm just gonna call him Eddie Munson. But he,
I forget his real name.
I can't think of his real name right now, but I don't know yet how I feel about him playing the Human Torch. I'm not sure about the look yet. Obviously, it's also kind of weird. We just had Chris reprise his role. Although, to be fair, he looked like Chris in Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, I just was like, Chris Evans is on the screen right now. But, I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. So we'll see. But it's going to be interesting. It's set in the 60s. The suits look great, in my opinion, for that time period. And as far as you said, Ironheart, that looked amazing. The little clips I did see of that, I'm like, this is going to be really freaking cool.
Yeah, I am excited to see that she's kind of going to blur the lines a little bit. Like, right now, we've only known her as this, like, crazy smart MIT student. And it's cool. It's going to be really cool to see her kind of take this little do whatever it takes to succeed route. And I can't wait to see her play in the darkness a little bit. I think that's going to be really fun and play with some blurring of the lines. I think that just makes for way more interesting heroes than someone. Don't get me wrong, y'all know I'm a Cap girl, but like sometimes it can be a little like, oh, you're always going to do the right thing. Whereas like the people who play in those shades of gray, like Daredevil, like now Riri in this show, are going to make it that much more interesting and that much more nuanced. And I'm excited to see her fall from grace and then pick herself back up because she's going to be wonderful. And I am so pumped for that show.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think D23 helped fill in some of the blanks too from SDCC, which we talked about in one of our episodes. So I am very excited with everything that's coming up. And with that, guys, we're at time. This has been this week's Sisters Scoop. Make sure you're keeping up with us again next week as we have more Marvel news coming your way. And of course, go listen to our podcast where we're covering, I believe, still Deadpool and Wolverine, because why not? Like, come on. So keep up with us and we'll be back next week with more Marvel news. Bye.